The following is a tutorial on FLIR's ResearchIR Max software and how to do analysis. Now that we've collected a movie file and we've opened up, we can play it back through and start doing analysis on the data. Let's jump to the first frame within the movie. You'll notice that anywhere I move my cursor, I get a temperature value per pixel. So that's the first way to do some analysis, is we can probe around and look for hotspots or areas of interest. We then have all of our analysis tools on the left-hand side right next to the image. Let's add a box around our flashing LED, and let's create a line across this hot item up here near the top. And we also have available to us an ellipse, a bendable line, a polygon that we draw ourselves, or we can just draw any shape that we feel is of interest. Then we also have a single cursor region of interest or analysis tool and a 3x3 cursor. I like the 3x3 cursor simply because it's easier to see on the screen. I'll go ahead and put that maybe over here on this hot item next to the line. So now I have a line, a cursor, and a box. I can right-click on any of the shapes and export it immediately as a comma-separated value file, duplicate it, or go into the properties. For the box, I could give it a unique name, so maybe this matches up with a specific LED type, and I could type that in. I can also choose to show the name or not, and I can even change the color. In this case, the red box kind of doesn't show up real well, so let's try something fun and add a purple box. Now I can also change the emissivity based on a per region of interest. So I can go in and type in a local emissivity for this box and any analysis tools that reference it. If I don't know the emissivity and I can't find it in a table, I could calculate it. So I click on the Calc button and I would heat my part to a known temperature, type in that known temperature, and then use that to calculate the emissivity. Let's say in this case, my IR camera thinks that it's 24.68, but I know that the temperature actually should be 25 degrees Celsius. I click calculate and it says the new emissivity based on that temperature should be 0.93. I can then click OK and use that. In this case, I'm just going to go with the default emissivity and I'm going to click OK. So now my box turned purple, and that's how to adjust properties of your regions of interest. Now let's look at the charts and graphs that are available to us. Up here, we see that we have a statistics viewer, which I can make as a freestanding window, or I can dock this to the right or below the image. If I just grab it, I see an option to dock it to the right or below, and in this case, let's dock it to the right. I'm not interested in these tools off to the left for now, so I'm going to hide that to maximize my screen real estate. And now I have this freestanding window that I can adjust left or right. Let's click on the box again, and let's see what other tools are available. There's a histogram, a temporal plot. Let's try that. So I'll drag this. In this case, I'm not going to dock it to the right or below the image, but I'm going to bring it over on top of my stats window, and I can dock it on top. So now I get a tabbed view, or I can simply grab it and dock it, let's say, maybe below the image, below the stats viewer. So now I can see both simultaneously. And it looks like I have a little space on my stats window, so I'm going to make the temporal plot larger. What you're seeing right now is what we call customizable user interfaces. It allows us to move our charts and graphs and different tables into a format that best helps us visualize the data and do our work. I clicked on the line as well, and now let's do a line profile plot, and I'm actually going to put that on top of the stats viewer. So now I can see the line profile plot in the box, or I could flip over to the stats. The last thing is I'm going to click on the image as a whole and click on the histogram, and I'm going to drag and dock that on top of the temporal plot. So now I can see that live. Well, I really want to see the temporal plot work in maybe the stats window, and I'll start playing through some of the data. And there we see it charting out. Now this is the average temperature within the box. If we want to change that, we'll show you how to do that here in the next tutorial, which dives into the different options with the statistics and tables available in the line profile plots. But that's simple analysis tools and also the charts and graphs. For further information on how to acquire data, do further analysis, or share data, please refer to the other ResearchIR Max tutorials. Thank you.